Hey y'all, hi. So in my downtime, my non-existent downtime, during revenge insomnia, which is when you stay up really late and make yourself exhausted because you just can't stand the fact that you didn't have a moment to yourself during the day. So during my revenge insomnia hours lately, I have found myself wanting to buy a lot of things, clothes. And I should have started the video by saying, my name is Hannah Louise Poston. And here's the thing. My name is Hannah Louise Poston, and I have so many clothes. I have the great good fortune, for someone who loves clothes, of doing this work online, talking about fashion and working sometimes with brands and having that lead to a more robust and beautiful wardrobe than I ever thought possible for myself. As we noted in my recent video about my new wardrobe and my wardrobe changeover, my new closet and my wardrobe changeover, I'll link my recent videos about my clothes so you can get caught up if you need to. But it's just it is not out of control. It is just below the line of, I think, too much for me. It's the right amount, which is why I should not be buying lots of new clothes. I think it does make sense for me to acquire a beautiful garment of my own choice with my own budget from time to time. That makes sense for me. But the thing I've been feeling is this desire to buy all the things. I have this long list. I realized I was having all these tabs open and I was and I'll have one of these and I'll have one of these. I won't have one of these and one of these. I can't afford to buy all the things that I want. And it doesn't make sense for a lot of reasons. So in this video, we're going to go through the list of the things. I'm going to talk about the things that I've been wanting and try to unpack why I've been craving them, and maybe try to get at some reasons why it would be unwise, sort of talk myself off the ledge, maybe determine if any of them are the one thing that I should buy this season, but hopefully just talk some sense into myself. And along the way, we'll be discussing trends in general, because I think some of these things are trendy, and that's why they are compelling me. But we'll also be just talking about consumerism in general, because, the desire to buy a bunch of new things often is actually just a desire to have a sense of freshness and newness in one's life, but you don't have to buy stuff to do that. And buying stuff actually often doesn't even lead to that. Let us, without further ado, get into the meat of the video. I'll also link my book below. I am the published author of a book of poetry, a prize-winning book of poetry called Julia Hungry, which is available to buy, and I do recommend it. However, we're here to talk about lace pants. I long for a pair of entirely sheer, unlined lace pants and or mesh and any of the iterations, but I think that the ones that have really gotten me are the ones that look like they're made out of some old curtains that you got at the thrift store. Now, I've seen these in a couple of places. I do think that they must be at least micro trending, if not macro trending. I think they're trending at large. I have most frequently come across them at Dish, which is an Australian clothing brand. There is something about Australian clothing brands. They get me every time. There's something going on down there in Australia in the fashion scene. I'm all about that Australian clothing brand life. And Dish is one of the ones that really gets me where I live. So once in a while I browse Dish. I own a couple of garments from Dish. I have made a purchase from them here and there. And I love everything that I've gotten from them. Just the price point is quite high. It is quite high. I cannot be out here buying lace pants here, lace pants there, lace pants everywhere from Dish. And the brand new lace pants that they have on the site are $200. There are some that are currently on sale, but I think they don't have my size left. I'm really deep in it, y'all. I've been really trying to track down some lace pants. Here's the thing though. You have two choices when you have a pair of pants that are entirely transparent. And I'm not just talking about semi-sheer. I will wear a semi-sheer pant, in a way that you can kind of see the outline of my undies. I will do that. I don't think that's scandalous. I think that's lovely fashion. I think that's a lovely fashion choice for a 41-year-old woman such as myself, right? I am really out here doing that. The lace pants for which I have longed, they are see-through. Holes are in the fabric and you are seeing skin and underwear clearly if you aren't making some other choice additionally that keeps that from happening, right? So I can't just be over here putting on my regular undergarments and then putting on the lace pants and wearing them. They have to be layered. So the way that the models are all wearing them on Dish is with a really long shirt, a long collared shirt or a short dress in some cases. In some cases, a lace tunic, and lace on lace makes it a little bit less totally transparent, and that makes it okay. I would do that. I have a lot of oversized collared shirts, but I don't know if I have any that are that long, and like basically a dress length on me, such that they would cover the part of me that would be all too revealed through these totally transparent pants. So I want these pants, but I don't really know how I would wear them without buying something else specifically to wear with the pants. And then I'm like buying something else, and then I can only wear the pants with something else, with that other thing. And then there's only one way to wear them. And then I'm like buying this garment that can only be worn in one way. And I literally couldn't wear them. Like if I bought them tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to wear them except for as a swimsuit cover up or something. Now, I guess the other option is to wear bicycle shorts underneath them or boy shorts underneath them. But once again, I would probably have to buy something for the purpose. And then I would be like really dependent on that other thing. So I'm going round and round about lace pants. I'm dreaming about lace pants. I close my eyes and I see lace pants, visions of sugar plums and lace pants flashing before my eyes. But it is quite literally a situation where if lace pants were to appear in my hand right here, I would be like, I can't wear these. I don't know how to wear these. The very clear and obvious path for me is to just let it go. To just let it go and not try to force the issue. Not try to build all of this infrastructure around a desire that will probably fade if I just stop knocking on that door for a little while. Like if I just let it go and put it down and stop trying for a little while. Saying that out loud, however, I don't want to. It's hard. This is the path I should walk, but I feel like I need to build a caveat into the video and be like, but don't come for me if you see me wearing lace pants in 3 weeks because I am like this close to cracking and getting a pair. I think the thing I like about it is that there are two. Okay, so one thing is that I have a friend in Tango who's this really cool woman in like her 50s, and I once saw her wearing totally sheer mesh pants with like a long tunic over them. And I thought it was and this was like 10 years ago. And I just thought it was the most wonderful thing. So this is like it's not like lace pants are suddenly aggressively selling themselves to me through the industry. It's like I have always thought that would be a really cool thing if I could pull it off, and I never thought I could. And now I'm like, but can I? So it is connected to something I've been thinking about for a long time. I love sheer clothing. I love the idea of finding a way to wear something that's so incredibly wildly sheer like this. There's that sort of old intrigue that's been percolating for a long time. I also just love texture, love layering. I love the idea of a sort of trick of the eye and the impulse. So you see someone wearing totally sheer pants and you're like, oh, but then you can't actually see what you would see through them. I mean, remember the video that I posted a couple of weeks ago talking about a bunch of fashion images that I love? And the very first one was someone wearing a totally sheer skirt and a totally sheer shirt. And they were layered in such a way that it make sense. So it's not out of left field. It does align with what I'm interested in. I know that many of you would be able to see it for me. Like you could see lace pants for me. And so maybe it will end up being like the one thing that I try. It's just pretty impractical. And I think that I should probably let it go. I think that the chances are that I will not be buying a pair of lace pants. Okay, next up. And this one has really got me right now. Okay, so I'm in the vice grip of this desire right now. I want, as I sit here before you, to buy like 1,000 pieces of brand new, slightly alternative activewear. It's basically, and I'll refer you to another video of mine from months ago at this point. The video about, I think it was called, Please Let Me, it was like Try These Styles. And it was a video about ways to be like spry and comfortable, but also fashionable and potentially a little bit formal. Like a concept of a personal style that feels quite dancerly and almost like loungewear, but that you're also quite put together. So I talked about a kind of slightly avant-garde sculptural activewear in that video. I talked about it as one of the solutions to the quandary of the video. And I also talked about login look in that video. That's the sort of layered body draping that is so beautiful and that comes up a lot on this channel. And right now, suddenly, as the seasons change, and so there are some elements of my like personal life and habits that are causing this as well. So I know the factors, and being able to trace the factors really helps to dismantle the desires. We're going to do that in a second. But right now, suddenly I'm like, none of the clothes in my closet are good. All I want is to be my avant-garde dancer self, like wearing all black, thumb holes, like stretchy sheer thumb holes, ballet neckline, leggings, harem pants, just drapey, like stretchy, comfortable sports bras. I am just suddenly, I just want to look every single day like a cool dance teacher. I feel like throwing out my entire wardrobe and only inhabiting the cool dance teacher part of my persona and my personal style. Now, this has happened before, right? This often happens. You'll suddenly be in the grip of like a really specific desire in terms of fashion or aesthetics for your home or something. If it's really, really specific and it feels kind of manic, then beware. Right? At least this is what I've learned, because it's usually rooted in something real, but also it's not going to be this serious for very long. And if you spend a lot of money on it while it feels that serious, it's not going to have been money well spent. Now, the thing that's going on for me is that I'm starting to have time and capacity to dance again. So I was a tango dancer and also teacher and made clothes for tango dancers for like 10 years of my life. That was my primary activity and vocation and, career. And that was like my community. And then I went to grad school, and through my 30s, I sort of diversified the way that I spent my time. And then I had a kid, and I haven't been able to dance really at all in any real way for the past 2+ years. So I've missed it a lot. And I finally have kind of turned a corner of having enough energy and freedom to dance regularly again. And as it's spring, it's warmer, it's feeling easier to get out of the house. Suddenly I'm like, she's back. She's a tango dancer again. I've been practicing. I've been doing tango drills in my home. I'm just feeling so grateful to be able to reconnect with this part of myself. And I'm also feeling really grateful that I have studied tango so intensely and danced so many miles in my life that it's in me and I can bring it back. I just am really into the dancer, the part of my identity that is a dancer. These days I am really into that. It is obvious why this is happening, right? All of a sudden I'm like, I'm a dancer again. And I just really want to embody that. And the fantasy of being that person, which is actually reality. This is what's so weird about it. It's not actually a fantasy. Like, I don't need to buy the clothes to be that person. I am that person. It's just I'm all wound up about it. So it's like getting in amongst me, and it's making me really want to buy all of the flowy, drapey things. So I'm trying to take a step back. I'm trying to be like, do I need anything? Do I actually need a new sports bra? Maybe one. Maybe I'm running out of sports bras before I do my laundry. And so maybe one would be good. I think that before I make any purchases along these lines, I need to sort of take an inventory of the clothes that I have, because what's going on is I'm returning to an art form that I had stepped away from for a while. And that means that the tools for that art form, the clothes, many of them are still in my house, but they're sort of packed away, scattered all over. They're not consolidated. I'm not familiar with them. So I've sort of lost touch with the fact that I actually already have this wardrobe, at least most of it, as a subset of the wardrobe that I have been wearing. So once I go through all of my spring clothes that are packed away, and really put together a group of clothing that I can wear to practice and to dance, and I take inventory and I look at all that, and I'm like, okay, I see, here's all this stuff. Even with this, I still cannot feel my oats as the tango dancer that I now am. Then I think it would make sense for me to buy another piece or two. But until then, I'm trying to recognize that this impulse to buy hundreds of dollars worth of, harem pants and layering tops is really just an expression of joy for something that I already have. I don't need to make a purchase to continue to enjoy it. Wow, I really talked myself off the ledge there. Love this for me. Okay, this next one is going to be harder, maybe the hardest. I'm hesitant to say it because I don't want to admit that I might need to talk myself down off the ledge of buying it, because that's how much I want it. Ozma's spring collection, Ozma's spring clothing. So Ozma of California is a brand that I really, really love. And they make this beautiful boucle. It's like a cotton boucle fabric. I know the fabric really well because I have the Edie vest. I have the vest that they made last year and that they have re-released. So I have this beautiful white cotton boucle vest that I wore all of last spring and summer in a lot of videos and a lot of content, and kind of into the fall as well. It's such a versatile piece. Sold out on the site. So by the time I was talking about it, I think maybe in my end of year roundup, I couldn't link it anymore. They've re-released it. So that's good news. Kind of. for me because I have it in cream. It comes in cream and black. And it was great that it had sold out in black before because then I wasn't compelled to do that foolish thing, which is to like buy the thing that I love again in another color. It never works out for me. I always just love the first one better. I continue to love the first one more, but I really long for that Edie vest in black. However, that's not the thing that has me the most firmly in its grip. As part of Ozma's spring releases, they've released essentially like an oversized t-shirt silhouette top in that same cotton boucle. And that to me is like the dream garment. It's perfect. It is perfect. Both the white and the black. I don't even know which one. I don't even know which one, either one. It's like the dream garment. But the thing is, I know it's the dream garment because I have a version of this from Baba, that brand that makes the knitwear that I really, really love, in 3 colors. I have a white one, a black one, and sort of a butterscotch colored one that I bought as a gift for my mom, and then she didn't end up wanting it. So I have 3 100% cotton, beautifully knitted oversized t-shirt style tops that I wear on repeat in the summer to get a 4th one. And they're expensive. That's the thing about Ozma. It's like, it's expensive because it's very high quality and it is slow fashion, right? So it's expensive for all of the right reasons. And I have never regretted a purchase from Ozma, but it's like, if I didn't have those 3 t-shirts from Baba, I would have already bought this, but it feels like the height of foolishness to like buy a thing again that I already have so many of. But every time I look at that boucle Ozma t-shirt, I'm like, am I going to break down and buy it before the end of this season? Because it's like they made it for me, right? It's totally perfect. But that's not all. It's like getting me from Ozma. At the very end of the winter, just turning into spring, they released a couple of pieces of sheer knitwear, alpaca knitwear that have like ruined me. The black sheer cardigan, it's like sheer open weave alpaca. That is like it's like a drug to me. I look at the pictures of that and I'm like my heart rate goes up. It's so stunning. There's nothing I love more than like a sheer knit like that. It's so me. It's like it was plucked straight from my dreams. Now, it's a practical issue and it's an issue of cost, right? If it wasn't such a massive investment, like if I buy a sweater, if I buy one of the sheer sweaters from Ozma, that's like it for me, for my budget for a couple of months. I'll have bought it and it'll be like, okay, well, I bought that. So that's what I bought. That's like the one thing I chose. No Log and Look activewear, no lace pants, no like nothing. That's it. I like made my choice and I got it. But if I were to do that with this sheer black cardigan, I wouldn't be able to wear it because it's too hot. It's already too hot. So I would be buying it and it would be like, I have to save it for the fall. And that would be hard. Right now, that would be hard. And it doesn't feel like, even though it's maybe my favorite thing on this entire list, it doesn't feel like it would be wise. So I am really being compelled. I have really been like visiting. I've been circling the Ozma site. I have been really eyeing the Ozma site. But every time I go there, I'm like, well, these are the things I really want. I want this boucle t-shirt and I want this sweater, and there are really, really strong reasons for me not to buy either one of them right now. So now, having said that out loud, I might still buy one, but I actually feel a little bit calmed down about it now. I do. I feel a little bit calmed down about it. Okay, and then so weirdly, sweaters in general have been making me want to buy them. I think it's hard to let go of my love of knitwear, even though the seasons have essentially changed, are essentially changing. We've had a lot of really warm days lately. That makes it a little easier. During that transitional time, I was still just like wanting to buy sweaters, and I kept having to be like, don't buy sweaters right now. It's about to be really warm. But I made it through. I didn't buy any sweaters, so I made it through. But it's like this lingering thing. And it's funny, a lot of knitwear is on sale right now. So it makes it really tempting to buy. And it's not necessarily a bad strategy to buy something really beautiful that you've been eyeing, to buy it at the end of the season when it's on sale and then just save it for the following season. Not necessarily a bad strategy as long as you can then remember at the beginning of the following season that you already bought this thing and then not go out buying a bunch more stuff because you're so excited and it's getting cold and you want to buy sweaters again, because then you're like double buying. And the fact that you got it on sale at the end of the winter will not mean that you saved money. It's not necessarily a bad strategy, but I have so many sweaters, it doesn't make sense at all for me to buy more. It doesn't make sense at all for me to buy more at the beginning of the summer. But it's been hard to shake the love of knitwear. So I just needed to say that out loud. Now, the last thing, maybe the most absurd of all, but I must confess that I have a bizarre, stubborn attraction to butter yellow. Butter yellow, which has been plaguing me through the years. This is like the 3rd year that it's trended. I made an entire video last year about butter yellow, trying to style it, trying to understand the appeal. what I found in that video, which I will link, is that it's a pretty hard color for me to style. I didn't like it with white. I didn't like it with black. I didn't like it with brown. I only really loved it. I only really loved it with like a dusky rose color, gray, and red. Interestingly, like bright red kind of worked. But all of those are pretty statement outfits for me. Pretty statement color blocking outfits that I don't know how much I will relish wearing necessarily this spring and summer. So it just does not make sense. What's been happening is that I'll see a garment that I'm like, that looks beautiful to me. And I'll sort of go through the thought exercise of buying that garment. And I'll see it's white. That's a great color in that garment. Black, that's a great color in that garment. For me, I would love either one of those. Those would integrate beautifully into my wardrobe. And then I'll see they have a butter yellow and I'll be like, maybe I should get the butter yellow one. But no, I should not. Butter yellow does not look good on me. It doesn't work with my wardrobe. And I actually established this via research. So I need like a sign on the wall that's like, do not buy butter yellow. I think that when it's so light, when it's so pale as to maybe be called cream, ivory, there's maybe an argument for that for me. Like some shades of white that are leaning into butter yellow, there's maybe an argument for that for me. So maybe there are some things that would make sense to get that. If I buy anything at all, right? Like I'm not really buying anything at all. But the way in which brands are toying with pushing the boundary between cream and yellow, I could see myself choosing something on that boundary line at some point within the next year as butter yellow continues to be popular. Maybe a leather good pair of shoes, like a butter yellow pair of shoes I could see myself buying and making that work, like really, really buttery, soft, pale shoes. But that's not the kind of thing that I've been into. I've been finding myself unaccountably wanting. It's been like just like a shirt. It'll be like, oh, this is a beautiful shirt. And they'll be like, oh, they released it in butter yellow. I should get that. But no, it would look bad and I would never know how to wear it. I am constantly having to remind myself that butter yellow isn't one of my colors. It just kind of shows how aggressively a trend can kind of get into your psyche, right? It's like I've seen at this point many, many images of butter yellow looking incredibly beautiful on other people. And so it's all of a sudden, it's like a color that's in favor in my subconscious, and it makes me want to buy it. It makes me want to get it. And I'm having to really assert my consciousness. I'm having to really assert my own knowledge that it's not a good color for me and that it wouldn't fit in my wardrobe to push back against the power of that trend, which is essentially marketing. So I wonder if that's happening to any of you. Are you all suddenly feeling like butter yellow is the greatest color to put on sliced bread? Like, are you suddenly feeling it? Are you feeling a confusing desire for butter yellow? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what it is that you have been having to talk yourself down off the ledge of buying. What's the logic? What's the compulsion? What are the underlying factors that are making you want it, even though you know that it would be a good choice? I love the discussions and comments on videos like these because, we're all going through it. And on that note, thank you for being here and spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate you. And I hope that you are doing whatever you need to do to take really, truly good care of yourself.